Hey guys, this is Jerry Mateo with recordingsoftware.com. Remember to check out the link in the description below where you can get an awesome deal on these two plugins we're featuring in today's video. Welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be featuring two plugins that are, in my opinion, some of the most customizable out there in the industry. The first one is going to be the Positive Grid Bias Amp 2. This is a brand new plugin that came out a few months ago. And it is basically designed to give you the full customizable control of creating your own bass, guitar, or acoustic guitar amp. Now, this allows you to select the preamps that you want for everything. You can choose how many you want in the tube stage. You have a tone stack control, which is basically what the amp tone is going to sound like. You can control everything from the tubes and the setup for the power amp section, the transformers. You can customize the cab. You can even load up your own impulses if you have the Pro version. And you have two parametric EQs that can go anywhere in the signal chain. And again, if you have the Pro version, you can even amp match to pretty much any amp that you want, even if they're not guitar amps. Then we're going to also take a look at the FabFilter Timeless 2. This is an old plugin that has been out for a long time. And to be honest, it is one of the best delays that I've ever used. You can modulate almost everything inside of it and pretty much create almost unlimited sounds. So let's get started. We're going to start off with the Bias Amp 2. We're going to bypass it real quick, and I'm going to show you this guitar DI. This was recorded using a PRS guitar. I forgot what model. All I know is it's about $2,000. So it's a really nice guitar, but you'll notice that DIs never really sound good. So let's just start with it bypassed. Pretty dull, right? Watch what happens when I turn on the amp. Really nice. Now let's go into the presets so we can choose one because I want to create a really nice clean one. The American bass is a little bit too driven. Tweed Lux is a little bit too driven. Now I like the mini do-over. So we're going to select that one, bypass the reverb, and let's go over the UI real quick. On the bottom we have the input fader. We can even lock it. We have a noise gate. We have quick snap, which allows us to basically snap the presets. And then we have reverb control, which is brand new to Bias Amp 2. We have the output volume, and then we have a mute. On the top, we can select the tone cloud, where we can actually preview and download other people's tones. We have the preset manager, and then we can have our share tone cloud, overwrite, save as new stuff. And we have the little selection here where we can log in and everything. Now, the custom panel is really cool because you can change anything about the panel. Let's say I just want to go for something really funky like this. We'll hit apply, and it'll apply it to the panel. We have the preamp section where we can select some presets, or we can customize it ourselves. So if I actually load up this preset that I made, the Jerry Clean, you'll notice I was using the same amp, but I changed the tubes up. Watch what happens when I change the tubes up. Now let's see what happens if I have two high gain tubes. And we change the tube stages. Now I want a really clean sound, so I'm going to go for the cleanest one, and then maybe this driven large tubes. And bias them to be a little bit hot to get a little bit of spank out of them. Get rid of this EQ real quick. This will be the thing that really shapes the tone of the actual amp head. So let's go into it. Let's try this 66. American Sonic. A lot of bass in that one. The tread plate. British Crunch. Let's even try one of these bass ones. And then even the acoustic ones. You can hear it's driving it really hard. We'll go into the power amp section where we can choose from 6 different power amp tubes. I'm going to stick with the EL34s. We're going to make this a little bit colder, and we can actually select the topology. So for this, I'm going to choose split load, have the master down a little bit, add a little bit of distortion, and tweak the gains and stuff. We can even control the presence, make this modern, and even some resonance and push. We can go to the transformers and select the actual transformers we want to have used, which will really affect the dynamic response of the amp. We can also choose the tube that we want for the transformer section. I'm gonna have a little bit more compression, and I'm gonna bring down the drive on the power amp section. Cool. Next, we're gonna go to the cabinet where we can actually select from a nice little variety of cabinets. I already selected the Black Duo. Now we actually have a little fader control right here where we can actually select how much of each microphone we want, but let's see what microphones we have. We have a 57, a 421, a Royer 121, and a C414. That sounds pretty good right there. I like that. Let's add the EQ back into the signal chain. And I'm just going to cut out excess low end and mid range. Bypass it. Sounds kind of bland. Now it has some movement and life to it. Next, we're going to move on to the delay. For this one, it's pretty easy. We're just going to select a really nice mellow sounding preset. But let's go for something crazy real quick so you can see what this is capable of. Let's see past the mic. Let's try this screamer. Really weird effects, right? We're going to go into the general. Let's try something a little bit smooth and clean. How about a funny feeling? Maybe we can go for a basic analog tape echo. Now, as you can hear, there's modulation going on. You're actually hearing a lot of LFOs and stuff like that. Things are going in, and as I scroll through this, you'll see that you're actually having a lot of things just move around and do their own little thing, which is really cool. But you have a lot of control because you have the input levels, you can have the delay feedbacks, and even the crossover feedbacks. You can add parameters. You can select if you want to have a little bit of an offset. You can snap this to a grid or have it set up as just normal free time. And it's a tape style delay, so it has a lot of really nice smooth sounding artifacts. Let's try this dynamic chorus. How about this dub? Let's go for a resonant ping pong. That's perfect. That's all I need. So I'm going to go back into the bias amp. I'm going to bring up a little bit of that reverb that comes with it. And let's see how that sounds now in the context of the mix. Original, they never will be. Bypass. We mobbing from coast to coast. A lot better. It kind of sits in there now. It sounds like an amp, and the delay just really fits it perfectly. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. Remember to check out the link in the description below. This has been Jerry Mateo with recordingsoftware.com, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.